So I'm about to release this crazy tree removal video that I promised I would get out this week, and I just had trouble editing this thing, and I don't know exactly why, but I felt like I needed to give you a little bit of a backdrop to this video. The friend that I'm doing this tree removal for is my friend Jason, and you'll hear his name mentioned in the video several times. Jason and his wife have been friends with us probably for 5 or 6 years. They live next door to our property down in Newcomerstown. They've been great neighbors. Jason has taught me a lot in terms of self-defense, shooting accuracy with a 9mm pistol. He's just been a faithful and true friend. He's looked after our property when we're not there. We ride each other's four-wheeler trails on each other's property. We trust each other. We love each other tremendously. It's a great brotherhood. But last year, December of last year, Jason and his wife Melinda and Jason's mother Sandy and his 15-year-old daughter were on their way to the airport in Pittsburgh to take a little trip, a little vacation. And on the way to the airport, they were hit head-on by an oncoming car that went left of center. The oncoming car driver died instantly in the wreck. Jason's mother was driving their vehicle. She was injured pretty severely. She was pinned in her vehicle. Her legs were crushed. She was in recovery and rehab for quite a few months before she was able to put any weight on her feet, but she survived. Melinda was on the passenger side front. She escaped with no injuries, and Maddie, the 15-year-old daughter, also escaped with no injuries, and she was in the passenger side rear. Jason, however, was riding on the driver's side rear behind his mother, and on impact his seatbelt basically severed his body. I mean, the seatbelt lacerations were incredibly severe, incredibly serious, and if he hadn't been so physically fit as he is, he would have died probably instantly on the scene. I've been shown pictures of him lying outside the vehicle, just motionless, while they wait for the ambulance to come. As a result, Jason had to go through a surgery. They removed about 21 inches of bowel, I believe, and he spent a long time in the hospital trying to recover, trying to get healthy enough to be able to go home. Finally, that time came, and he started to recover. But there were some other issues with the injuries that didn't surface until long after the recovery period. And what he was finding is that basically he was deformed in a way. His muscle tissue, the way I read it, when he explained it to me, is his muscle tissue just was not connecting. There were so many tears and rips and things like that in there that he was basically still falling apart on the inside. So just recently, he was scheduled to have surgery to correct all of that. They were going to put like a mesh around his whole torso on the inside of his body to kind of mesh everything together. He was all scheduled for that surgery back in August. The surgery was supposed to take place, I think, in September or October, early October. And then in September, on September 2nd, his wife Melinda got seriously ill. And by the way, I should tell you that Melinda was a 4-year survivor of colon cancer. She had been in stage 4 for quite a while. She went into the hospital with just some intestinal issues, and she never came back. She passed away on September 2nd of this year. And that was a big blow to all of us, and especially to Jason and his family. She was only 47 years old. So I'm telling you this story because Jason did go through with this surgery alone, and he's on the back side of that now. He's again recovering. He's at home. He has a long road ahead of him yet for full recovery, and he'll probably never regain 100%. He's probably at best going to be 70% of what he was prior to all of this. But at the same time, he's facing the great loss of his companion, Melinda. And so he's going through a real ordeal this year. And our hearts just are broken because of it. Because we think back of all the good times we've had together, and you know, Melinda's by far in a better place right now, but those of us that are left behind are still mourning, still wanting to see her. We miss her. So I did all this work for Jason because I love the man. Yeah, of course, this was all free. I didn't charge anything for this, and it was all pretty much just me helping a friend, and me not really totally knowing what the heck I was doing out there, but wanting to do it just because I wanted to be a good friend. And so that's the backdrop to this video. Jason is a dear, dear friend, and I would do anything for the man. I hope you have friends like that, folks. I really do. Friends like that are few and far between, and more than that, I hope that I could be a friend like that to someone else. So I'm going to set out this video. I'm going to go ahead and put the video up after this message here, and I apologize for the length of it. If you please watch it through to the end. There's probably going to be a second part and maybe a third part, because I'm not totally finished with the job. But who knows? My time is kind of hard to it's hard to grip, and I'm still working 40 hours a week in a regular job, and trying to do things after my regular job that I love doing, and that's, you know, being in the trees, doing tree work, and helping out friends. So it's a little hard to keep videos going, but I'd appreciate it if you would watch this video and the ones that come after it. And I'd also appreciate, you know, thumbs up if you like it. And I really, really love your comments. You folks know that I try to reply to every one of your comments, every one. That's my goal, is to be able to do that as much as possible. So I look for you in the comments. You guys are an awesome group of people. I wish that we could spend more time together, face to face, getting to know one another. Maybe that time will come. Buck and Stock is a good place for that to happen for a lot of us. And for the others of you who don't know what that is, maybe you should check it out. It's Buck and Stock. Just Google it. You'll find out all you need to know about it. All right, enough of me talking. Thank you for listening. Love you guys. Enjoy the show. Bye for now. Hey friends, so I'm headed to my friend's house. This is my friend Jason. Let me roll some windows up here. So I'm headed over there today because he has this big tree that has fallen into his pond on his property, and but now there's this humongous tree. I mean, it's probably 80 feet. I'm not sure how big it is. We'll find out, but it's going to be interesting because I'm going to have to take a kayak. I don't know if you can see my kayak floating around in the back of the truck here, but I'm taking my kayak out. I'm going to rope that tree up, and I'm going to rig it somehow to swing it around and bring it to shore. Hopefully it's totally broken free of the root structure. We'll find all that out when I get there. I just wanted to say this is going to be an interesting job. I'm going to try to capture this. I don't know how good I'll do with this video, but it'll be worth watching, I think. See y'all. All right, so this is my buddy Jason's house right here. We're going to take a drive up to the gate. Tell Jason I'm at the gate, buddy.
Here's your message. Ready to send it?
Yep.
Okay, it's sent.
All right, this gate should be opening up in a second or two. Here it comes. This is the place. Yeah, that's the tree right there. It starts way out over there, shoots across this way, and it looks like we got a top out over there. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm going to have to dismantle some of it, I think. And we'll try that. That's going to be interesting working from a little boat. Alrighty. So there's the tree. If I had August Haneke out here, I'd just have him pull his crane up. And we just take care of it that way. But I don't have August Haneke here with me. So, I'm going to improvise. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make the cut. So I wasn't sure which side of this tree was compressed and which side was under tension. I was assuming that the tension side was the top side, so I cut a big V-notch in here for a couple of reasons. One was so that I could get a good view of what was happening to the wood fibers as I made each subsequent cut, and also because it was a little difficult stabilizing the boat while I was cutting, because every time I would make the cut, the forces would push the boat away from the tree. I'd have to pull myself back in, make another cut, and repeat the process over and over again. Sometimes this meant I was cutting with just one hand, and so I wanted to use the notch as a target for me, basically, to know exactly where I was cutting, and again to be able to watch the reaction of the tree for every cut I made. So I'm starting to hear the wood pop a little bit and crack, and I'm seeing that the kerf is opening up. So at this point I know that I'm on the tension side, and you can see it now, it's just widening here. This was a good move on my part, but I'm still a little nervous because I just don't want anything to be like draped over my boat, wrapped around my boat, because when this piece falls off or springs upward or whatever it's going to do, I didn't want my boat affected by it. There it goes. I wasn't sure which way that was going to spring, if it was going to spring up or spring down. It went down, thankfully. Now what we got to figure out is whether we can pull that thing out of there. We might have to, instead of pulling it straight back, we can try it. I'd kind of like to pull it more from an angle, maybe, to swing it around, right? Yeah. Hi, babe. Yeah.
Get ready to pull out the driveway to realize what time it was.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dark in like less than an hour.
Less than what?
An hour.
Okay, so you're not going to come?
Well, it just depends on how bad you want the Apple TV tonight or this weekend. For me to run down just to do the Apple TV.
Well, Connor's helping me right now here, so don't worry about it. We can wait till this weekend.
All right, are you having progress?
Yes, we are. I already got the top off the tree.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Great, okay. Well, I'm glad Connor's helping, and I'll just see you when you get home.
Is it coming up? Okay. What's happening? It's not? It's just digging into the dirt?
Yeah, but I mean, barely. If it was just up a little higher.
I mean, do you think if I keep pulling, we can pull it through that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I just don't want to do it without you.
Boy, that's tight. Hopefully, hopefully those tensions will hold. We'll see. We're gonna learn. We'll find out. It's out. Sweet. Let's pull it the rest of the way up. We'll take it out of the pulley. We'll take it out of the block, and we'll just drag it up the rest of the bank, then out this way. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate you helping me.
Yeah,
You have homework to do tonight?
yeah, but it's okay, man.
I mean, I don't want to be the, I don't want to be the guy you blame for not getting your homework done. All right, so we got this top pulled up out of the pond, and it worked pretty well actually. I don't know how much of that footage you could actually see. So this is the top, but if you look out here at the pond, we still got a big chunk of wood hanging out there. I mean, you can see where I cut the top off there. It actually almost looks like it was two trees, like maybe one fell on top of the other. I don't know, I'll find out more. And then we've got that whole section that runs off to the shore over there. So we got a lot of work to do. We're not gonna get it done today, I don't think. We're running out of daylight because of where we live. Got that pretty well bucked up. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back out while we've got a little bit of daylight left, and try to cut another big chunk of that tree out of there. All right, we're gonna head back out and see what we have left to work with out there. All right, gonna cut. So this brings us to cut number 2. This was different because I knew that this time I was cutting on the tension side of the piece. The problem was every time I would put the saw down to cut, it would pull my boat into the log. And I had to keep pushing myself away with my left hand, which meant I'm doing all of this pretty much with one hand, and it was a little nerve-wracking. Again, I didn't want my boat to be caught up in the tree when it broke away. And you can see here that as the curve starts to open up, eventually this piece just breaks off like that, and that's probably the most dangerous moment I had. It was a little scary. But I survived it, and I was looking around to see if OSHA was there, but they weren't.
Maybe.
That one might be, so you just could do it like you're going to do a figure 8. And then instead of putting this bite through, you feed this through like that, and you pull all this out. And then you got these 2 ears, and so it's a little bit stronger.
I don't even need a truck. Watch your back. I see him.
You gonna do it all by hand?
Dude, look at this.
There you go. That's cool. There it comes, folks.
I just figured I'd save us some time.
Adam and Connor are doing it with pure manpower. That's what I like to see. That's it. There you go. That's it. All right. We don't want to damage that bush, right?
Sure. Yeah, no, this bush don't matter.
You okay? All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Some people are picky about their bushes. I'm just...
Hell no, man.
All right.
I keep my bush fine. This guy, come here.
All right, folks, listen up here. This is the deal. So we got 2 big chunks of the tree up. Tonight we're gonna have to call it quits because Connor's got to study, and we still have a big stick out there. I mean, we looks like we got 2 trees. That one that's coming out from the shore on the right side all the way out to about there, and we got a tree that's facing me right here. So we got that to do. We'll finish that up next good weather day, maybe tomorrow. So we'll see. This will be part 1. Part 1. It's the Connor and Wayne show.
That's right.
Got a bug on the lens. There we go. All right, guys, over and out. See ya.